Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Look at Anarchy Reigns. This is kind of a weird Let's Look at for me, because Anarchy Reigns, if you are not familiar, was a major release last week. I think it was the only major release last week, actually, the week before DMC came out. And it's from Platinum Games, which is probably most famous for Bayonetta, but also produced Mad World and Vanquish, a couple of games that, honestly, I have no familiarity with. Bayonetta I have no familiarity with either, so it's kind of weird for me to be taking a look at what is essentially like a mishmash of characters from Platinum Games' most well-known titles, all mixed together and involved in some kind of brawler slash fighting. You can almost think of this a little bit, and don't take this as like the byline of this video at all, but almost like a Platinum Games specific version of Super Smash Bros. At least that's how it plays online. There is a single player campaign which we'll play as well. This is a budget title. It's available for PS3 and Xbox 360 only, as far as I know. And by budget title, I basically mean that instead of the usual 50 or 60 bucks, this one is actually 30 bucks, which reflects the fact that it's a little bit less fully featured than your typical AAA release, I would say. Not to necessarily say it's worse than your typical AAA release, but you know, on a technical level, the graphics and voice acting, sound effects, everything like that are pretty... They wouldn't be acceptable in all likelihood from a $60 game is what I'm trying to get at here. You know what? First things first, we're going to jump into the campaign mode. The campaign mode is very much an afterthought to this game. It's very much multiplayer focused, and the multiplayer is going to be the focus of this video as well. But I might as well show off a little bit of the campaign just so you can see that there is a single player mode that has a certain amount of playability to it. Now, what this basically is a cross between a fighting game and a beat-em-up. It definitely airs more on the side of beat-em-up. I'm not going to necessarily say it's a button masher, because, you know, I typically mash buttons when I play this game, and when I go online, I get my ass kicked. But it definitely doesn't necessarily seem to have the precision of something like, you know, a Street Fighter 4 or a Persona 4 Arena or anything like that. Rather, it's more like, I don't know, like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time or something like that. So our single-player campaign here puts us in the shoes of character known as Jack here, who I believe is from Mad World. But as someone who never played Mad World, it's difficult for me to say that. Now, we're basically just beating the bejesus out of people by mashing on the X button here. I should have mentioned that I'm playing the Xbox 360 version here, by the way. And I'm going to try to explain the variety of attacks that we have at our disposal. So just by using X, we can do a quick attack like that, and by stringing it together we can make combos. Using Y gives us a little bit more of a heavy attack, as you can see, basically one-shots them. And we can also, I'm just going to kill this guy first, and then if I lock on to this guy, we can do like a charge attack, which again does a substantial amount of damage and is capable of breaking enemy shields. Not that these enemies use shields, because they're fairly weak here. We are only like half an hour into the single-player campaign, and they're all running away from me because they are scared, which is, you know, deserve it, honestly. Now, we do have a big guy here. Let's show off another thing that we can do. If you notice, the fire meter in, like, the bottom left was totally maxed out. We upgrade this meter. It's called our rampage meter, and the way we fill it is by doing damage to enemies, essentially. And by getting it full, we can click both analog sticks down and enter this rampage mode, which allows us to do a lot more damage, which is pretty much necessary for fighting these guys. Because they do a ton of damage, and this basically makes us invulnerable. So this gives us an easy way to kill them, and we can just do an execution move here to take out these stronger enemies. And we get points for everything that we do, as you have probably noticed so far. But my rampage meter is going to be gone in a second here. We're going to be dealing with these guys. Last thing I want to show off is that by using the left trigger, we can actually... Oh god, don't throw that crate at me. We can modify our attacks and give ourselves killer weapon attacks, which drain the meter below my health that you can probably see on the middle left side of the screen there. But also allow us to do a ton more damage. So those are really beneficial when you're fighting harder enemies and bosses, in addition to the online play, where they are basically a necessity. Now, every once in a while, you are going to be able to get some items here. So let's see what we've got in this item crate. We can pick up objects and throw them, or just attack with them. But we picked up something here. Shield projects a barrier that prevents damage. So by using like the right D-pad here, we could activate that. But rather than do that, let's show off what we've got going on here in the single player mode, now that we've got the basic mechanics down. This is, the single player mode, like I said, feels pretty tacked on, but it is kind of like an open world, not GTA style necessarily, but like pseudo open world, with planned missions that we can go to by using the back button here. So, there's two types of missions: main missions, which are the story, and free missions, which involve you know, they're side quests, but they're also basically necessities. or necessary, I should say, because you need to get a certain amount of points before you unlock the next mission, as you can see down there in the bottom left. So oftentimes what happens is you'll like do a mission. If you get a bronze, like I got on the second main mission here, you're gonna end up having to do side quest missions over and over and over to do better. So why don't we do the Kill Seekers here, which is a mission that I've done earlier, and we just have to move to the beacon, and then we press the back button, and this will get started. So this is the first mission that I ever did over the course of the game, and it's probably the only mission I'm gonna cover with respect to the single player here, because definitely the meat of this game and the reason people are gonna want to play it is because of the multiplayer. If they want to play it, I should say. It's kind of weird that the way I came to discover this game, I sent out a press review request for this like back in late 2012 because I saw that it was coming out, and January has like a total dearth of new releases, as I've mentioned, you know, like 100 times this month. So just because I wasn't familiar with Platinum Games didn't mean I wasn't going to check this out, because basically there were no other options. So I was kind of interested in checking it out. They never got back to me about the review request, but I'm not going to be bitter about it. I ended up getting like a Best Buy gift certificate, and I was just at Best Buy a couple days ago and was like, you know, why not? Let's check it out. We got not that much else to do with respect to the channel right now and new releases, so it might be a good idea. Not only that, but the other reason I checked it out was because a lot of people that I respect had actually tweeted or been talking on Reddit about how the game was actually— oh god! That vehicle could do a ton of damage to us. It didn't, because we didn't get hit by the spikes. Thankfully, we're not on fire either. Oh, we do have this like crowd control technique as well, which we can do here, which just allows us to spin around and do a little bit more damage. By the way, our only goal here is to kill 50 enemies, as you can see in the top right of the screen. And we got to do that within like the next 4 minutes or so, which should be really easy, even though we're going to be dealing with tougher enemies as we move along. But yeah, like I saw a couple people on Reddit were like, wow, you should really check out Anarchy Reigns. Like, it might be your kind of thing. It's a little shallow, but it's cool enough in its own right, considering its price. So I thought, you know what, why not? I'll go check out Anarchy Reigns. So here I am, despite not having any— not just affinity, but any experience at all. How do we throw B? With Platinum Games here. So it's a little bit of a weird title for me to be— are they dead? They are dead. A little bit of a weird title for me to be taking a look at, but that is basically the genesis of how this video came to be, in spite of my complete ignorance of Platinum Games titles in the past. And what this basically means is that it's a fighting game consisting of a quote-unquote all-star cast of Platinum Games' best, but to me it just becomes like dude with a chainsaw arm and dude with bullhorns, etc., etc. So it's a very weird experience for me. I feel like some people are familiar with a lot of these guys, but unless you're a die-hard Platinum Games fan, you're probably going to be in the dark on most of the cast list here. We'll see more of those when we get online, by the way. The single player only allows you to play— well, you can only start as one of 2 characters, I should say, but you'll unlock more characters that you can play in, like, mission-specific areas, if that makes sense. Like, the first boss fight puts you against this guy, Big Bull, and then when you have, like, your second main mission, you have the option to fight as Big Bull or as Jack, which is our chainsaw dude here. And if you're wondering why I'm just, like, mashing X and Y right now, it's because I'm saving up my meter to basically be able to use it on the harder enemies that we're going to encounter as we get just a little further ahead here. By the way, we only have 1 try at this mission. You can see that over our health bar. What this basically means is that if we die, it's over. But there's a lot of missions where you get more tries. Particularly main missions usually give you between 1 and 3 tries. We can dodge also. I'm not doing a very good job of it so far. But we can also just take over this vehicle in a second if I could actually punch this guy, which, you know, would probably benefit me if I actually locked on. We may die here. That's not looking too good for us. So why don't we use this shield that I got in that item crate a little bit earlier. They are going to be able to break it, but hopefully I'll be able to break them before they can take me down. And when I clear this wave, which should be fairly easy, we'll be fighting our final boss. I picked up some health somehow, maybe just from killing a random enemy. I'm still unsure of some of the mechanics like that. Sometimes I'll just pick up health, and I'm like, well, you know what? I'm not going to give Torse in the mouth. I usually need health because I'm not very good at this game. As you will see when we get online, the online play, there's a huge skill gap between where a lot of the online community is right now and where I am right now. I get my ass kicked like I've never gotten my ass kicked in online games before, and that includes the ones that you've seen on the channel, like Persona 4 Arena. So this is going to be our final boss here. I'm going to enter Rampage mode, and then just go to town on him, which should allow us to kill him fairly quickly, as you saw us do a little bit earlier. And in doing so, we'll complete the mission, and we'll probably get enough of a mission score between our bonuses to allow me to unlock the next main mission. But again, I'm not going to play much more of the single-player campaign, if any, because it's very much like an afterthought with respect to this game. So we get ranked. We'll see how we did. We get silver, which is not great. That's not our best score, but it is going to unlock the next main mission, I think. It's going to take a little while to save here. Haven't talked about the graphics, by the way, but you can probably guess how I feel about them based on the fact that this looks like like an up-res PS2 game, basically. Everything's all grainy and not very well differentiated. The game doesn't look particularly impressive, especially after playing a lot of DMC, which is a game that, you know, in spite of my criticisms of it, actually looks quite nice most of the time. So let's just beat up these dudes, and then we will get into the online mode, which is where the meat of the gameplay is going to be here, and it's actually where the most fun in the game lies as well, even if it is incredibly frustrating for me sometimes as, you know, a person who is not very good at this game. Because although it might look like a button masher, there's also a good deal of skill that goes into it when you're playing against other people. So we're saving again here. Yeah, we're going to overwrite. I should mention, by the way, that I'm playing on Kate's gamertag right now, which is why you're not going to see my standard Northernlion gamertag. Instead, you're going to see Northern Kitty. I know, it's cute, but it's because I've been playing under her account all the time, so I wanted to make sure that I still had, like, all the upgrades and stuff that I've unlocked through playing. Otherwise, I would have signed into my own account. Anyway, so in terms of other modes, before we get started in the multiplayer here, which could take us a long time, by the way, because there's a smorgasbord of multiplayer modes, if you will, that are all very different, or largely very different anyway. There's also a tutorial mode, which is just learning the very basics of the game, like how to attack and, you know, how to dodge, different styles of attack, etc. Then there's a training mode, which I believe teaches you a little bit more in-depth strategy of the game, but I haven't actually checked this out yet. Also a gallery mode, where you can look at, like, character art and stuff like that, largely things that I don't typically spend a lot of time with. So basically you're dealing with a campaign in the multiplayer mode. Campaign, if you're buying this for single player only, don't buy it, even if you do like Optimus Prime there. It's absolutely like not worth the $30 as a single player only experience. The only reason you'll want to pick up this game is for the multiplayer experience. Your NAT type is moderate, you will not be able to play with players who have a strict NAT type. Alright, that's the first time I've ever seen that, sadly, so I'm not sure what's up with my NAT settings right now. But that's okay. We have the options here to go with ranked match, player match, or private match. Usually people are in ranked match. And if I just go to custom match, I can talk a little bit about the characters and the game mode. So here's our character selection screen that I have so far. So we've got Jack, the guy from Mad World. Baron, I have no idea who this guy is. Matilda, no idea. Big Bull, no idea, etc. Basically, I just end up referring to them as like, this is the guy who looks like Pudge from Dota. This is the guy who looks like Wolverine. Cyborg man with the enormous forearms. And Sasha's like our ice princess. I usually play as Matilda. She's got like a big spiked dildo bat, almost Saints Row the Third style. And she's been by far my most successful character. So we're going to confirm her. One sore spot I want to mention right here. The #1 draw, I think, for this game was probably Bayonetta. However, Bayonetta is a pre-order exclusive, at least in North America. So if you pre-ordered the game, you got a code with your copy of the game that would allow you to redeem it for Bayonetta online. Sadly, as of right now, there's no other way to get her. So she's not included on the disc. Wow, she has very spiky nipples that I just noticed. You know, I'm not saying that in a positive or negative way, but like those could put someone's eye out. Maybe that's why she's wearing the sunglasses. But yeah, I think it's kind of shitty that probably the most interesting character, the character that is the biggest draw for this game, there's no way to get it unless you pre-order the game, which, you know, tough luck, is a little late, considering that it's been out for, you know, over a week by this point. So that's pretty shitty. It's also the only character I really have any sort of familiarity towards. But anyway, we're going with Matilda here. The game's a little bit all about the TNA. There's a good degree of fan service involved here. But it's okay, because she smacked the screen. She's like, I'm not into that kind of misogyny, right? I guess that's what passes for that these days. Now, there's also all these game modes here. So we're probably going to stick to any, because the online community is not super large. I'll basically take any game I can get that doesn't require waiting 15 minutes for it to start. Battle Royale is basically regular deathmatch. There's Team Deathmatch, and Tag Battle and Tag Deathmatch. These are basically just, Team Deathmatch is like 4v4, Tag Battle is 2v2v2v2, so 4 teams with 2, and Tag Deathmatch is 2v2. So I played a lot of Tag Deathmatch, that's a lot of fun. Like 2v2 feels right. Team Deathmatch is like a clusterfuck, and Battle Royale is a huge clusterfuck. It's based on points, not getting the most number of kills, most of the time anyway, from my like probably 3 or 4 hours of online experience, if not more so far. I have played a good deal of this game. So you get the most points by far by killing people, so there's a huge amount of kill stealing in Battle Royale, which can be frustrating, but also really satisfying when some douchebag is beating you up and then some dude just walks up and hits you with a baseball bat and steals all the points. There's also Cage Match, which is 1 versus 1. I hate this because I always get my ass kicked. And then, you know, standard capture the flag and survival type modes. But Death Ball is the other weird one. It's kind of like football, but with combat as well. We're going to see what we get. I haven't seen a whole lot of Death Ball online. Maybe we'll play one with bots if we don't find a good game online. But anyway, we're going to go game type of any, and character Matilda. Preferred region doesn't matter to me. We're going to search for available sessions, and people are out of school right now, so hopefully we will have an opportunity to get into a game. It looks like, I mean, the loading screens when you load into a game oftentimes take a while. By the way, I'm not sure if it's my internet, which is actually largely very good, or the net code, but I oftentimes encounter a lot of lag and kind of like teleporting and glitching around here. So I'm going to ready up. Looks like we got lucky, and we are going to be able to jump into a match right away here. I will say, this game already, it's only been out for a week, at least in North America, but it already has an extremely dedicated online community. Like, I'm level 6, again, that's like 3 or 4 hours of play. Remind you, I suck, so I don't get that many points, which are used for ranking up, but still, yeah, lots of level 50s, which I believe is the level cap. Lots of, like, high levels above 25, I would say. And everybody's readied up, so we are ready to go here, which is awesome. But yeah, a lot of people are very good at this game, which is basically what I was going to try to get at. So we are going to jump into a game here. And I like this, by the way. The controller lights up with the buttons that you press, which is pretty cool. It's a gimmick, but at least gives you something to do during the loading screens. Check it out. Whoa, man. It's got those googly eyes. Anyway, so we're loaded in here. This is going to be our character, Matilda, and this is our team. So we're going to be fighting against the red team. Now, the levels change the more you play them. I'm just using my mini-map at the bottom to find out where these assholes are. Red must die. Yeah, I'm using my mini-map to try to find out where these assholes are, so maybe I can get the jump on them. Unless they're on top of me. Oh, God, they got the jump on me. Okay, get out of there. Now, you usually want to team up when you're fighting guys. That is by far the best course of action. Otherwise, you are going to get your ass kicked. Now, my general course of action when playing as Matilda, at least, is launch into a combo. My teammate's helping me out a great deal here. Launch into a combo. When you land the combo... Oh, that was shitty. I never should have been hit by that. Just then mash the, like, fierce attacks afterwards. Oh, man, that's not good. Like this. Just smash the dildo bad. We got a kill. I think we got the first kill as well, which is worth some points, I believe. And we should really help out our teammate now, who's in a rough spot. So yeah, generally speaking, I'm kind of a button masher when I play online. Mash the X button, and when you land a combo, then go straight into the dildo back combo, which does a ton of damage. Oh, and there's another kill. So I'm probably actually in first place right now. Enjoy it while it lasts, because that is not going to continue. But our team is doing very well. This is actually one of those rare games where I believe it actually is based on kills. So it's going to be first team to 20 kills. We're going to try to chase this bitch down here. Come on, Dynamite 396. Let me own you for YouTube. That's embarrassing dialogue choice for myself, because I normally never talk like that. What happened here? Don't hurt me. Okay, we're teaming up on her. This should be good, provided I can attack her. She just keeps backstepping. She's going to fall off the edge in all likelihood, so I don't want to use my dildo bat attack just yet. By the way, there are item boxes, and items will be a big part of our success. Oh, Dynamite's back. Awesome. Items will be a big part of our success if we are to have a good run here, which is still up in the air. It's only 2-1. I can't believe I have all the kills for our team. Come on, Dynamite. Let's do this. You wanted to dance? Let's dance. There is a grab, by the way, as well, which is really useful for breaking. Oh, God, she threw a car at me. Which is really useful for breaking blocks, but I'm getting teamed up on like crazy here, so it's probably a good idea for me to just escape. They will be able to chase me down. Usually when you're running, you're kind of vulnerable, because if enemies lock onto you, they can run faster than you can run, not being locked onto anything. There we go. Okay, so we kind of drew this guy into a trap. This is by far the best strategy I've ever played with. Okay, come on, Blackfire. Throw something at her. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect time for a dildo back combo, although she actually used her break. I'm going to call it a break. It's not really a break. Well, we got the kill there. But from playing Persona 4... Did I get that? Sure, I'll take that. I think that's a shield that I can use. There's all sorts of weird environmental stuff in the levels as well. Like, there's a slot machine on this level that allows you to get items, but it charges you something. I don't know. I've never actually run across it, to be honest with you. And the landscape will change as we move along. Oh, that's shitty that happened. But mainly, I just try to build up, oh, I did it again. I just try to build up my rampage meter as much as possible and then use it. If I can use it more... Awesome, she's dead. If I can use it more than once during a fight, or during a game, then everything is going for the best, because you'll usually rack up a number of kills from doing that. So all we want to do is make sure we're blocking when she does that attack, so immediately after saying that, I've botched it. There's some lizards joining us for combat here for whatever reason. Again, this is all like environmental stuff, which is native to each level, weirdly enough. And now you're getting kind of a feel for my experience with Anarchy Reigns Online, which is oftentimes I sort of have no idea what the F is going on, but I'm playing pretty well so far, so I'm psyched about that. But things are going a little bit crazy. I'm just going to start mashing my dildo bat in here, hoping to do a little bit of damage, although it did burn my whole meter there. And I'm now probably going to die. Once you get caught in a combo like this, it's fairly easy to see your whole life just run away. That's a grab that may do enough to kill me. Yeah, there we go. Let's check out our score, though. So I'm in 3rd place. Our team is actually winning 6-4, but this is the closest match I've had. There's been a lot of blowouts in my time with Anarchy Reigns so far, which can be very, very frustrating. And believe you me, this is not a button masher as much as it might seem like it. Oh, I've never seen this before, but I did see a big boss health bar that said Cthulhu, which worries me a great deal. So, I genuinely have no idea what this means, but there is a big laser beam on top of me. The byline for this video should probably be, I genuinely have no idea what this does, or I have no idea what's going on. I spent a lot of my effing time with this game, basically just being totally fucking confused, and I kind of dig that. Like, the online is zany as hell. I gotta get out of here, because I am being teamed up on. And now my teammate is being... Oh, God! They're all coming for me. I should have just continued running away. This is probably going to be really bad for business. Blue guy that I can see on my mini-map, please help me out. Oh, I've now sunken down to 4th place. But being in the top half feels good, man. Generally speaking, I am not doing this well most of the time. I usually come last or second last. And again, this is not like my first game online. This is my probably like 30th game online. I don't know what happened there, but I just got killed by a something. So that's going to drop me again. I guess that was Cthulhu. Sometimes on this level, like there's a landmass reconfiguration, which causes everything to switch around. This is the first time I've ever seen this enormous ship, though, which again has, come to my spawn. Should I fight this guy? Why am I even asking that question? Falling in the lava is not really that big of a deal. I assume you get like huge benefits for beating Cthulhu, so we might as well try to fight him here. And completely ignore the rest of the combat, I guess. I don't know. Got a 10-hit combo, that's pretty sweet. Does the dildo bat do much damage? Does not appear so. Now I have the rampage, so actually what I'm gonna do, wait for this guy. Enter rampage mode, don't get killed! Just hit the rampage. Oh, he's also in rampage mode, but I could kill him first? He's so... Oh, thank God. Okay, now if I just encounter somebody, where's a real enemy? I have no idea what's going on here, by the way. This guy's about to die, but where's the legitimate enemy? Oh, here we go. So I'm going to enter rampage mode, which just completely disappeared for me for some reason. Maybe because I didn't use it fast enough. That's the first time I've ever had that happen, which is weird. Here we go. We got a sweet team up, which might allow us to do some damage to the enemy here. Come on, Fudgy, whatever. What is up with this, like, screen or camera thing on top of him? You might think that I should put more effort into understanding the basic mechanics of the game, and you know what? You might honestly be right, but have some sympathy, because none of this stuff is introduced in the tutorial. Oh, Cthulhu just murdered that dude. I guess I got a rifle, which is actually a really interesting weapon, because as you use that, you actually have free aim, and it does a ton of damage to enemies, oftentimes actually just one-shotting them. So I'm gonna... Oh, don't fall in the lava too much. I'm gonna try to find a good vantage point and actually maybe do some sniping here. The absurdity of this game is definitely one of its strongest suits. That's for sure. So not knowing what's going on isn't always a problem. It's actually oftentimes an asset. So where's this guy going? Is he going to come up here and try to fight me, or is he going to go down into this battle royale over here? This is a legitimate question. Because if I have the opportunity to actually take a shot at him, that's what I'm going to do. So let's just take out our gun and try to do some shooting here. It's hard to do with the latency, but if I manage to land a hit, I should be able to do a ton of damage. Just take a shot. Oh, nice! I did not expect that, but it got the job done. And now I guess it only had one shot in it. Usually they have like 4, so that's a little weird. I think Life Fire is basically screwed here, or Life Man. What about this lady though? This looks like a free kill to me. Yep, so that's gonna give us our 3rd kill, and our team is starting to run away with it, and believe it or not, I'm a major player involved in that, which is surprising to me, even if it isn't as surprising to you guys. Now, we've got a nice little set of teamwork going on here. This guy, I'm guessing, is just gonna die normally. Especially if I manage to do a sweet dildo bat combat here. Oh, they knocked her too far away. Now we're getting some stealth bombers that are gonna drop some nuclear missiles on us, which are probably going to do a substantial amount of damage, which is really annoying because sometimes I find it difficult to tell where they're actually going to come in from. Okay, there's another kill, and our team is doing really well. I almost stole that kill, but I think the carpet bomber actually took it, which is unfortunate because that would have been a very beneficial kill for our team moving forwards. She's in Rampage mode, so I should back up. It's going to be a shame that I'm not going to be able to show off Rampage in this video. Why would I get involved in that? There's so many of them on Rampage right now. It's a shame that I'm not going to be able to show it off. I don't know why mine disappeared like that. Oh, Jesus, here we go. This is basically what Rampage mode looks like from the other side when you're getting your ass handed to you. What is she doing here? Don't hurt me. No more. Whoop. I actually managed to do something there, I think. There's only 30 seconds remaining. It looks like our team is pretty much going to run away with it. It's very difficult to get so much back, or so many points back. She's stunned, so we should be able to do a nice little combo here. Although she did her X and A, which again is basically like a break that allows her to break through shields. But the thing with the break is that it uses meter, I think, and also makes it difficult. Oh, that didn't do it. I'm going to die again, I think. Yeah, there's a dude behind me. This might do it for me. Yeah. But yeah, it also leaves you vulnerable for a few seconds afterwards. Apologies for occasionally getting interrupted in my commentary, but hopefully you have some sympathy for me, given the craziness of what is going on here. So at the end of every match, you also get bonuses, kind of Mario Party style, like based on how you did. I did 5 and 4, which is probably the best that I've ever done in this game. I think I've had one like 6 and 3 game, but mostly I'm like really hemorrhaging kills to the other team. So it feels good to not be doing so badly. And maybe we'll get some bonus points here. We are not the MVP, but that's okay. We have 69,000, and that's all that matters. I get 75,000 bonus for the number of kills that I have. I guess we get like 15,000 per kill. And these points are going to feed into our ranking system, which is going to allow us to, level up and unlock new characters. The way you unlock characters online is basically just by ranking up, which is kind of weird. I wish that the Arsenal actually came 3rd place in the game overall, which is pretty good. But I wish that the entire roster of characters was unlocked from the get-go. Sadly, that is not the case, but, you unlock characters fairly quickly, and you rank up fairly quickly, assuming you're on the winning team, because you get, like, 30,000 extra points just by winning. So we are probably going to level up here. Yeah, we moved from 6 to 7. I don't think we unlocked anything, though. So we could jump into another game here, but I'm worried about this becoming super long, so we're actually going to probably just take a look for a different kind of game online. I could do another Battle Royale, but why don't we look for maybe a tag deathmatch, which is a lot of fun. Oftentimes, yeah, there's none found. What about, is there any death ball going on online right now? Maybe? The fact that the search is taking a long time is actually probably a good sign relative to the last one we did. Yeah, there we go. We found some death balls, so there's 6 out of 8 players. This game is super weird. There are bots, by the way, but they usually only take over, like, after... oh, there's only 4 players now. You know what? We'll play against the AI. Just to show you that there is kind of a weird kind of game mode in here as well. So let's create the match. We'll go with game type, death ball. We probably won't play a whole game because they're 10 minutes long. The games do tend to be fairly goddamn long. By the way, there are an assortment of maps. There's only one map for this game, but if we switch to, like, team deathmatch, you'll be able to see, yeah, there's like 8 maps. That is indeed 8. And they do vary in the kind of environmental conditions that happen, like Cthulhu showing up, or, the landmass reconfiguring, bombers dropping by. Everyone has different stuff. But largely that's kind of annoying. By like the 3rd time you play the map, you're like, okay, I get it, the landmass is reconfiguring. You don't have to give me a cutscene every single time. Feels a little gimmicky, but it's also something that sets it apart from a lot of games in this type. So we're gonna... Is this what I wanted to do? No, it can't be a ranked match. One sec. Alright. We're gonna go private match. Deathball Stadium, yes. And we just got computer players. Good, so we're just gonna begin the game here. I don't know if we really need the countdown, considering I'm the only human character here. And then I'll explain a little bit about Deathball. And this is the first game that I ever played in Anarchy Reigns, and I was super confused about what the F was going on all the time. And you will probably understand why once we get started. But anyway, my overall thoughts on Anarchy Reigns, I'll summarize it a little bit more once the video is over, which, it probably will be in like 5 minutes here. They only have 2 people? No, they have 4 people, okay. It's an interesting title. I don't know if it's necessarily... Oh, get out of there. Pass the ball! I don't know if it's necessarily easy to recommend for people who are not diehard fans of Platinum games. But it's certainly... I don't know if there's any other title like it in the market right now. It's a very unique experience which is admirable, I think, in many ways. And considering its budget price, I don't think it's necessarily a deal breaker that it suffers from a lot of weaknesses. Oh man, they're gonna be able to score here. Basically, you're trying to put the ball in the opponent's goal, and it takes like 30 seconds in order for the round. Can you pass the ball to me, please? You can do it! Computer 2! Computer blue! Oh, I think they're gonna score here. Ball's bouncing around. But yeah, I think it's a lot easier to forgive the kind of weird technical issues with the game. Where's the... Oh, it's bouncing around. Yeah, here we go. It's a lot easier to forgive the weird technical issues with the game, considering that it's got a reduced price point. I don't know how to shoot, so that's going to be a problem for us moving forwards. Oh, here we go. How do you shoot? I guess you just walk it in. That's the first time I've ever gotten a goal, or a touchdown, I should say. They tell you both, I guess, in Deathball, so that feels good. Thanks, Matilda. So yeah, it's an interesting kind of game. Like, Unreal Championship did a similar kind of game mode. If you know, played that blast from the past 10 years ago on the Xbox 3, or original Xbox, what am I talking about? Do we have the ball again? No, we don't. Okay. This could be an easy goal for them. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about it overall, except to say that it's a game that is definitely, like, not for me. The online is genuinely fun. I'm genuinely having a good time when I play online, except when I get exceptionally frustrated, which is, you know, probably like 20 or 30% of the time, if we're being legitimately honest here. Sure, I'll take this shield. Might want to take this other item as well. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we're going to score. I have no idea what that super shot means, or superstar shot, but I'm pretty sure if it scores, we get more points or something. Yeah, it looks like it's curving in towards the net. That's good. In any case, I think you've seen all you need to see of Deathball, really. So we're going to exit here. I just wanted to show off kind of an unusual mode in Anarchy Online, or Anarchy Reigns, and to be honest with you, Anarchy Reigns is unusual. That's probably just the best way to describe it. It's $30, available on consoles only. There's some sore spots. I haven't even mentioned the fact there's no local co-op at all, or local multiplayer, which is really shitty, because that's kind of what I wanted to get involved with. It seems like a game where it would be fun to have couch co-op, and even play it in more of like a 1v1 fighting game style, with the person next to you, so you could actually like throttle them in the face if they were being annoying as hell, which a lot of people in this game are, simply due to the skill gap between them and myself. But yeah, no local co-op, no local multiplayer. The online is the only good part of the game. The single player, I hate to say it, is totally tacked on. It's like barely worth mentioning as a mode because it's so half-baked, essentially. Bayonetta is not available in the game unless you pre-order it, at least as of right now. I'd be happy to pay like $5 for her as DLC, even as shitty as it would be to kind of like I'd like hold the most important character in the game for ransom like that. I would do it because she's the most important character in the game. I'd feel pretty bad about it though, and probably shit talk Platinum for it. But in any case, despite all these flaws, it's kind of an interesting game. And if you're looking for a very zany, almost like party game type genre to spend some time with on either PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360, this might be up your alley. There's not a whole lot else coming out this month, so if you got the money to burn, and especially if you're a Platinum Games fan who actually understands and knows who half of these fucking characters are, which I am not, this might be up your alley, but definitely, you know, buyer beware. This is a mixed bag, and if you're going to play this single player only, it is not worth picking up under any circumstances. Not just a waste of your money in terms of single player, but a waste of your time. But the multiplayer does seem to have some value for some people, and I've enjoyed my time with it so far, most of the time anyway. But in any case, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.